Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. This is Education USA Regional Webinar, and today I'm glad to introduce our next webinar on a wonderful topic about GSAP program. So what is this and who can apply for this program? Please stay with us and you will get all the answers to your questions. Also, please register for our upcoming events and scan the QR code on the screen. We will be glad to see you during these webinars in January and also in February and next month. And today I would like to introduce my wonderful colleague, Aynash, who is the coordinator of the regional program. Aynash will tell some secrets about the program and present all the main information. And we are glad to welcome Yehor, who is the alumni of the program. He will share his experience of the participation and will be glad to answer all your questions. So Aynash, thank you for joining us today. Yegor as well, glad to see everyone. I think we can start with the GSAP presentation, right? And then we'll move to Yegor's presentation as well.
Hello, Oksana. Hello, Yehor. My name is, as Oksana said, my name is Aynash, and I am the GSAP coordinator for the Cross-Regional Education USA Network. Once again, thank you for joining us today. The GSAP 2026 recruitment process, key program details, and what makes a strong application. But before we begin, a few words about Education USA Network. I want to stop. Education USA is a U.S. Department of State network of over 430 international students advising centers across 175 countries and territories. We provide accurate and up-to-date information about U.S. higher education and support students through the application process. So, what is GSAP? The Cross-Regional Graduate Student Advising Program is designed to support prospective graduate students from Eurasia and Central Asia. The overall goal is to equip applicants with the knowledge, tools, and strategies needed to successfully apply to U.S. graduate programs, including academic research preparation, writing strong application materials, preparing for interviews, and planning for funding and more over it. So by the end of the program, participants will be able to graduate education, identify graduate programs aligned with their academic and professional goals, build strong application materials such as statement of purpose, CVs, and research statements, and learn how to ask for letter of recommendation from their supervisors for their research advisors, navigate standardized testing and financial aid processes, and complete their U.S. graduate applications confidently. So now some words about GSAP 2026 application timeline. Let me briefly go through and explain you our timeline for the GSAP 2026 cohort. So we opened the application December 15, 2025. So the application is already ongoing, like it's open, and you can apply, you can go through the link and apply to the program. Application will be closed February 1st, 2026. Selection process will start from February 1st and will go through February 20, 2026. Then the selection process will be taken by the country advisors and us cross-regional team. And after February 20, we will wait for nomination from country advisors. By March 1st, country advisors will nominate applicants from their countries to be a part of our cross-regional graduate student advising program. After March 10, we will wait for our applicants to confirm their participations to admit the offer that they will get, and the student decision will be closed. The process of the student decision will be closed on March 10. Please note that application applicants are required to submit the application on time, and selected finalists will receive guidance from Education USA, uh, from Cross-Regional Team Education USA, by emails that you provide during your application. GSAP program timelines. If you go through the GSAP program timelines for 2026, the program itself is structured in two academic terms with breaks and post-program support. The first term, the general cohort, the general term will start March 15, and it will be held till April 15th. We will have a break, 1 month break from April 16 to May 15. Then we will start the second term. The dates of the second term is May 16 and June till June 15. Then the post-program support uh, will start from, sorry, I will change. The post-program support will start from September 11th and will go through till October 15th. So if we will have any changes in the program timeline, we will let the selected applicants know through the email. Education USA country advisors. On the next slide, you can see the GSAP is delivered through a collaboration of international team. So we are proud to work with our Education USA team advisors from 11 countries, including Armenia, Belarus, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Moldova, Latvia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Ukraine, and Georgia, Ukraine. So two Georgian advisors are presented here. So you can see advisors from 11 countries, and you can find advisors from your country if you are applying to our graduate student advising program. These advisors will play a key role in nominating students, providing one-on-one advising support, tracking students' participation, and supporting students, and helping finals prepare strong U.S. graduate applications. Thank you again for joining us today. On the next slide, you can see the short curriculum. This curriculum is from the previous GSAP program. Here you can see that the program sessions are held by our country advisors, ourselves, the cross-regional team, and also last year we invited a special guest, professor from Canadian University. She is an English language instructor, and she got her PhDs from American universities. So she is very competent in writing statement of purpose and the research papers, and she held so-called the writing boot camp for our students, where they learned a lot, not only how to write the statement of purpose, also how to best prepare the CVs or their resumes, and how to go through the interview with the graduate admissions office if you will have some. On the next slide, you can see the names of our students from the 2025 cohort. We had in the beginning, like the first term, we had more than 130 students in a cohort, so it was quite a big cohort. So as a finalist, this year we have 100 students. Some students didn't go till the end because they changed their minds or something happened. And also we are very strict in our discipline. We tell that students need to take part in the online sessions that we held and do the assignments that our instructors prepared, and do the homework and so on. So it's a quite intense program. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today. And if you will have any questions regarding the program, I can reply to your questions like by the end of today's webinar. Thank you, Oksana.
Thank you so much, Aynash. Thank you for joining us today. Please, if you have a chance, stay till the end of the webinar. I think we have some questions from the students. And now I'm glad to introduce Yahor, who is the alumni of the program, and he will share today his journey to the US University. Thank you so much for joining, Yahor, and the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I'm saying good morning on a purpose because now I'm in California. We have 7 a.m. here, so I will try to go through my academic journey and how actually GSAP shaped this journey. So let's start with a small introduction. Who am I? So my name is Yahor. Um, I'm a first-year graduate student in the United States, master program. I am international students from Belarus. I am a participant and alumni of GSAP and also opportunity program, and I am a former national level athlete in Belarus. So where am I now? I'm in University of California, San Diego, the School of Global Policy and Strategy. So you can actually see my school on the left picture, and actually just to give you a little bit of motivation, I'm just showing the picture of the ocean, which is like just 10 minutes away from my university. So where I've applied. So basically, before I start uh, describing my experience of application, I just wanted to say that GSAP had a wonderful class about how to search programs and universities. So they showed me how to actually look for programs. So I've created an Excel sheet with more or less like 50 universities. Out of these 50 universities, I've picked 6 of them, which I had the greatest chance to be accepted, and the ones which are for sure the most interesting for me. So what was shaping my choice of the universities was that this program should not have a GRE requirement. So I was trying to make also applications for private and public universities at the same time. I was applying to top 1 universities, to top 20 universities. Of course, I was applying to universities which were taking TOEFL as an English proficiency test. I was also trying to make a differentiation in terms of the geographical position, so east, west, north, south. So as you can see, there are like universities from Washington, from the east side, also universities from the west side, from north, and from south also. Yeah, also I was interested in 2 specific fields: public policy and public administration, and more precise, I was interested in something connected to econometrics and statistics. So let's speak about timeline. So actually, the whole process of preparation took more or less 2 years, like 1.5, I guess, more or less. So in the spring of 2023, the United States was just a long-term goal with no concrete plans and just the first ideas for the future. In the fall of 2023, I've really identified my interest both academically and professionally, and I've made finally a decision to do a master degree in the United States. And because I knew it, I started my TOEFL preparation. So it was a course which was like a group course. So it was pretty useful, and it's played its role in the future. So in 2024, in early 2024, honestly, I've attended an Education USA Belarus webinar organized by my university, and they mentioned that they have an individual session. So I've applied for individual session. I've got a wonderful talk with one of our advisors, Victor, and he really inspired me, and he showed which perspectives I have. He introduced me actually GSAP program, and immediately after the webinar, I've applied to this program, and in spring already of 2024, I was accepted to GSAP. I've started attending the GSAP webinars. I've learned how to apply to US schools, how tests work, like TOEFL. I've learned how to actually write a resume, how to ask for recommendations, and all these things which are extremely useful when you're applying to the university. So as I mentioned, in spring, I started to search universities and programs. In July 2024, I've got my Opportunity Award letter. Opportunity program is only possible to apply for it only if you attended GSAP. So it's also kind of thing why GSAP is very important. In September, I've did my TOEFL test, very successful. Then in October, November, I started my application preparation. So I've just started to create all my documents, resumes, like to finalize them, honestly, because the work was already started like much before, but it was just like finalization of this process. And December, January of 2024, I've started submitting my applications. In 2025, in April, I've got first admissions. In May, I've got the offer. I've accepted the offer. In June, I had my bachelor's graduation and defended my thesis. And in July, I've got my visa and arrived to United States, where I am still now. Yeah, just I thought that it's maybe super useful for you guys to know what was my experience before I applied to American University. So I actually had two internships. One internship was in data analysis. Another internship was as a research assistant to the individual researcher. Then I had a very small participation in the international scientific conference, where I presented like a small paper. So outside the curriculum of my university, I've attended more or less 5 online and offline summer winter schools. I was assistant to the department of my university when I was doing my undergrads. I was a student representative of students in student parliament, and I was an athlete, the captain of the national fencing team back in Belarus. So that's it from my side. Let's stay connected. This is my LinkedIn. This is my email. Just reach me if you need some help. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Igor, for sharing your journey. That was really great to see all the steps. Dear students, if you have any questions, please ask them in the chat. And meanwhile, I have some questions to you, Yehor, as well. So could you please maybe share what role did Education USA and GSAP support play in your journey, and how can maybe future applicants use like this advising efficiently? Because there are many centers like Education USA centers in the world, and we would like more students to hear about our opportunities, and I think it's the best to know through the real examples.
Okay, sure. So first of all, the very idea of application to United States, especially graduate programs, is that information about how the decision of like if they submit your application or not, if they take you to the university, is pretty much closed. So you need to collect all the pieces of information all around the internet to be prepared, to know which points you should strengthen, which are like points are your strong points, which points requires a little bit more of work. And GSAP is actually a great tool to highlight these things, to highlight your good parts and help you to improve your weaker parts. So I think in this way it's like very useful. Another perspective here is that GSAP is providing the general knowledge about application, because honestly, I personally was really frustrated when I was trying to research my options, because there are so many information all around the internet. So you can easily be overwhelmed, because one people are saying one things, other people are saying another things. So in this way, Education USA is like making the information's very structured and very, let's say, intense and very directed. So like very, straightforward. So I think that's two key points about.
Great, thank you so much. Maybe you could highlight any services that Education USA provided to you, like what was the best one advising, maybe any kind of workshops, meetings with the universities, some kind of other support.
So for me, so I guess it was a lot of things, honestly. Like it's hard to remember even what was the best, but I would go with. So while I was preparing for my application, there was an intern in Education USA Belarus. So I've got a private interview with him, and it was one of the first times me practicing English with a native speaker, one versus one. And also I've tried to ask some questions about the real organization of educational process in the United States. So I think that was the super useful things. But I could not mention the all the webinars, especially those devoted to search of the programs in universities. So it was super useful, because the literally the advisor provided the whole guideline how to look for the program you're interested in. So I will go with these two.
Great, thank you so much. If we talk about such students who might feel a bit shy to apply for such programs like a GSAP, or maybe they think that education in United States is not for them, what would you maybe recommend for such students? What should they do to overcome this shyness and feel more confident?
So my recommendation will be, for sure, before you maybe apply, if you feel like not if you feel shy, apply for the individual session to the advisor with the advisor. So advisor will evaluate your achievements, will evaluate your chances uh, to be accepted to the program. He will give you like advices. He will give full information about the structure of the program. So I get that's it. Just apply for individual session first.
Yeah, so to know like your strengths maybe and find out some good programs for you. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. And I would like to remind to everyone that individual sessions are available in all Education USA centers, and they are free of charge. You can ask advisor and discuss like your options and see like what are your next steps in the education journey. Okay, if we look back for a while, how do you think what were that like some main factors that help your application stand out from others? Like was it academic maybe experience or some kind of other things?
I would say that yeah. So to my program, there was around like 1,000 applications, and only like 100 was accepted. Um, so yeah, and I've got a full funding for my program. I would say that the key points I was focusing on is, first of all, a tailored approach. So for each university, for each program, you need to have slightly different focus. So you need to focus on different things. For example, my school is Global Policy and Strategy School. So I was trying to focus more on my international experience rather than like domestic, rather than something. And also, I think the good thing here will be to say that you need to be, um, um, very developed from different perspectives. So you also need to add some like volunteer experience, or as I did, I've also entered my sporting experience, sporting background. I think it's played its role also. So just try to to create a strong application, just try to tailor it to every program and every university you're applying to. Yes.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. So be prepared, I would say, yeah, to apply. Thank you so much. Maybe like such question as challenges. Like, how do you think what was the most challenging part in your application process? Tests, essays, maybe financial aid, maybe visa, and how did you manage to overcome all these challenges?
Um, okay, there were a lot of challenges, and when you will start the process, you will realize that there will be really big challenges, and you never know what will come up. So the first thing that came to my mind is, of course, visa, because when I was applying for a visa, there was a temporary visa stop for F1 students. So that was a pretty like sensitive moment. So it was 1 month, no slots for the interview were available in the place where I were applying. So that was pretty much stressful, but in the end, I've ended up receiving my visa literally on the next day after my interview. So it's ended up being like very good. In terms of university search, I would say that the challenging was that they have like a lot of information. They literally have like, I don't know, the whole websites just designed for the application processes in every university and even in every program. So it's like a lot of information you need to like soak and then give them back a resume which they will evaluate. So yeah, I think that was the big challenge, because there are a lot of information everywhere and different people saying different things. So some people are saying you need to be like, create a strong academic background. Other people saying that you need to be the person with a lot of hobbies and a lot of activities. Uh, so yeah, that was the most challenging point. A lot of information and the need to pick like the most relevant information out of this huge amount of information.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. So you overcome it, and that's great. And you're finally in the United States. We have some questions from students. I think I will start sharing them one by one. So please, maybe Ainash, you can also join the discussion. And one of the question is there still time to apply for the fall semester using the GSAP program, or it's too late? I think you're muted.
Sorry, I think it's my question. Thank you so much. I think, as I understand the question, is there any options to apply to
I mean, like, is
GSAP
it like, yeah, so a student can apply to GSAP program, and
and
it will
then
be
apply?
enough time to apply, yes, in fall for fall semester.
Yes, definitely. Yes, it's the great time. It's 1 year before the deadline. Next fall's application, if we are talking about the fall application period, not fall term, then yes, you are in a it's the great place to start. But if the question is about applying to the fall 2026, most deadlines are already over. There are some programs, especially master programs, which act on the rolling basis, like rolling period. And if we are quite prepared, if you have already if you done your standardized test, if you have your IELTS or TOEFL scores, GRE or GMAT, and you only need some advising, you definitely can find the closest Education USA office like center and ask for the office hour with the Education USA advisor from your country, not in terms of GSAP, because like we are starting the GSAP program, as I have already said, in the midst of March, and it will be already the deadline period for most of programs. Like most programs and also the master programs have their deadlines till May 1st, but it's for domestic students. International students are asked to apply earlier because, as Yahor said, there are kind of very stressful period after you're admitted. You need to go through the process of visa application, so you need to have a buffer like of your time before the application. So as a conclusion, if you talk about applying next fall 2026, definitely apply to our GSAP program. We will help you, we will support you, and you will, as Yahor had, you will have a concrete plan of your application process. So I think I
Yeah.
have replied to the
Thank you
question.
so much. Thank you. Yeah. We also had some questions about the certificates, especially about a certificate that proves the knowledge of English. And the question is it mandatory to have like kind TOEFL, IELTS, or it's enough to have a certificate and diploma that states that university studies were held in English? What would you advise maybe here?
So I guess that's question for me, right? So I did TOEFL. As far as I know, most of the universities in the United States they do accept TOEFL. Also, a lot of universities accept IELTS. Some of them accept Duolingo English test proficiency. But honestly, it's not very common to have universities which are taking the diploma from the university you got your degree in English. Most of the universities will actually require you to have TOEFL. So my advice will be to take TOEFL. And TOEFL is valid for 2 years. And recently they updated TOEFL that you can actually remake the parts you was not performing good at. So my general advice is, even if you have a diploma, then you will do TOEFL pretty easily. So my recommendation is to take TOEFL, because many universities they just don't accept TOEFL, and it's, in most of the cases that's a requirement.
Great. Thank you.
Can I add
Yeah.
something here? As we usually, thank you, Hor, you're quite right. Like all American universities accept TOEFL. Some American universities do not accept IELTS. So we can say when you are taking IELTS, they are kind of a very stressful thing that some program will not accept your IELTS scores. But when we talk about the standardized test or anything about the program, we always say, look at the university admissions portal, the
Exactly.
website. Read the website, ask the officers, admissions officers, if you still have any questions. Because like there are a waiver for the test requirement. I think the our listener is asking, the thing is, if you did your undergraduate degree in the English language speaking country, or your main instruction, some universities say your main instruction of the only instruction of your program was English, then we accept the fee waiver, then you will get the fee waiver. But you cannot just upload your transcript and wait that you will be accepted. You need to somehow send your transcript to the officer or to the office, admissions office, and then you will get a fee waiver. You will have, it's depending on the university portal, admissions portal. Some university admissions portal will give you a green flag. We say like, yes, accept it, and you have your fee waiver. Some will send you an email. It depends on the university. But definitely, when you're applying, read carefully the requirements of the program, requirements of the university. Sometimes the two different programs of one university have different requirements. One program will accept programs that are done in English as a like a proof of your English language level. The same university but another program, for example PhD, will not accept. So like read carefully.
Yeah, so I just also wanted to brief mention something. So I actually was studying in Lithuania, and um my studies were in English, but I still um applied for TOEFL and submitted TOEFL. So yeah,
Yeah, it's the
Great.
best way. Like
yeah,
to be
exactly, the easiest
sure
way.
for 100%, you can take
But
your
if you're
test.
sure that you're outstanding student and they will value you even without proficiency, or you will using your CV or resume, you will create the understanding that you are proficient in English. Probably that's
Yeah,
can work.
great.
But my general recommendation is actually to do a TOEFL.
Great, wonderful.
Right.
There is also like a certificate that students have to upload when they apply to GSAP program, right? So is it like also mandatory or they can
The if we are
somehow?
talking, it's I think it's the question for me. Sorry. If we are talking about language proficiency, if you have valid language proficiency test score like certificate, we definitely ask you to upload your language proficiency. If you don't have, it's not mandatory, because like our application process has two more steps. The first is written assignment and the second is video assignment. The first is the written assignment where you will be asked a question and you need to upload your kind of motivation or statement of purpose or motivation essay. The second is you will be asked a question and you will need to record yourself and explain or reply to the respond to the question and upload your video to our admissions portal, so application portal. So not it's not no it's not mandatory. If you have one, please upload it. If you don't have, don't stress, it's okay.
Great. And I think just like we mentioned the video presentation, and we have some questions from students about the application form itself. So maybe Einash, could you, or Yahor, so could you recommend students any things about video presentation? What should be there? Like what video is considered like the best, or what they should mention in this video?
Are we talking about the GSAP application process
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the application?
GCP. GCP.
Oh, in GSAP application process, like application, we are having concrete question. You will be asked in the application. You will be asked a question, and you need to respond to the question. Please be confident. Don't stress. We just want to learn more about you. By responding to the question, you will tell and open up and tell us more about yourself, and that's it. Like it's not a kind of, you don't have to specially prepare or to it's not a case study. It's not a question where we will ask some theory. It's only the question that will open up you more for our program, like to our advisors, those who will be going through your application.
Great. Okay. Thank you so much. And also one more question about GCP and again English proficiency. So right now I don't have the opportunity to take TOEFL or IELTS exam to prove my English proficiency. Can I still apply for GCP, or maybe there is some other like exams that will satisfy the requirement?
You can still apply if you don't even have your certificate. You can still apply to our GSAP program. We also accept not only TOEFL, IELTS. It's one of the tests that we mentioned as an example. As Yahor mentioned, we accept Duolingo. If you have your Duolingo, it's quite popular, becoming popular amongst students, applicants to go through Duolingo. You are doing it at home and it's less stressful, and I think it's cheaper even than IELTS and TOEFL, the Duolingo. And we're also accepting Duolingo. But still, if you don't have any certificate valid or you cannot take your test like by the end of the application. You can go you can still fill the application and you will be considered on the same level, like equally with the applicants who upload the certificate.
Great,
We
thank
can
you so
say
much.
it's optional to upload the certificate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even though like you will be able to record the video, like have the interview, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
and I would say that Duolingo is like much cheaper, like much
Uh,
cheaper.
I know like it's cheaper, but I don't know if it's much cheaper. I know that
No, it's
it's
like
cheap.
much cheaper. That's true.
Oh,
And
great.
also, I just feel that because I was tracking some application portals, and I would say that there are more and more universities which are um, like adding Duolingo English proficiency test as the required thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like either like from TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo English proficiency test. Like more and more universities are adding this option
Yeah,
to
accepting more
evaluate
universities.
your English. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think it's quite good. Like it's kind of opens opportunity to more students around the world to apply to US graduate degree.
Exactly. Exactly.
Great. Okay, Ainash, some questions about the program, GSAP program itself. Maybe could you mention how does the work with cohort look like? Do the students have individual mentor meetings? How long does the program last? I think it was mentioned already in the presentation, but maybe you can just briefly tell this information again. And how many people are accepted per country? So it was mentioned the number 100. So is it like different for each of the country? 100 is for all the countries, or like could you please briefly explain?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. It's a really great, very good question. The first thing is about the acceptance rate. We can say how many students we accept. Last year, it was the launch of the program. We just it's the first try for cross-regional. It's the first time we joined 11 countries and students from 11 countries all together. Yahoo was a part of GSAP, but national GSAP for Belarus. So they were only Belarus students in GSAP programs. Here in our program, we have 11 countries, as I said, and students from 11 countries, like-minded people from 11 countries join together. The number of applicants who accepted from each country depends on the number of applications. You know, we have some big countries out of 11, and we have some small countries. We cannot combine the number of students from each country because it will depend on the number of applicants. Also, I need to mention that we have a wait list. We will have candidates waitlisted because some students change their minds even after they get our offer. Some students will not be so active in the first weeks, we can say, of the program, and then we have to say goodbye to such students, and we offer the place to other students from the country. Like if the student is from Belarus, then we will offer the for waitlisted student from the Belarus. Also about the program timelines, as I think we have already mentioned, the program consists of 2 terms. It will start in the mid of March. The first term is 1 month, then we will have a break for 1 month, and then we will have the second term 1 month and then break, and September till October we will have postgraduate support during 2 months. So the program is quite intense in the beginning. It will be very intensive from mid of March till mid of April. We will have every week meetings for 1.5, 2 hours for sessions, online sessions, which are held. Last year we held it in Zoom, like so, where our speakers, invited ones, and our country advisors, and also we from the cross-regional team lead every session. So it will be not only one instructor for the whole month, like you will not meet only one person the whole month. You will meet different people, and they will tell you more about the application process. So also you will have the how to say, you will have a link to Canva, and you will join the Canvas, and you will have assignments to do in the Canvas. There will be videos, recordings. We will send presentations and also reading materials, and the assignments should be done every week, and it's quite intensive. Also, during the first period, the first term, you will have in the beginning less, but then more one-on-one advising sessions with your country advisors. The second term is more concentrated around one-on-one advising. We understand that only sessions will not give, as Yahor said, only sessions will not give you much information, because every students have their own different cases, and you need to go through your case and plan your application and go through your application with your country advisors. You can meet your country advisors during the second term. Also, our cross-regional team, we representatives are open to any suggestions. Like if you're willing to have a session with us, you can also have a sessions with one of our team members. We're also giving very great recommendations and can support you during your application process. During the second term, we are dividing students according to their thematic groups. Like if the first term, the students are in one group all together, because we are going through the main 5 steps to US education, like general steps. Even if you're applying, it doesn't depend if you're applying to IT or humanitarian, the steps are the same. The requirements are usually the same, like more or less. Then the second term, we will divide students into thematic groups, we say, like those students who are applying to STEM or engineering will be doing in one group, a cohort together. Those who are applying, for example, for social sciences or education will be in the second group cohort together. We have a special cohort for PhD students. We understand that PhD have different requirements, and PhD application process differs from the master degree application process, because you need to find professor and so on and so forth, so like different things. So, and it's more intensive, as I said, in terms of one-on-one advising, and also we are trying to pick, to find university representatives which align to your major you have chosen. And one more thing we have done last year, we were asking our alumni as a Yahor, who are currently students, graduate students in the US, doing, for example, PhD, to come and join our session and tell more about their preparation process, to go through their application process with our students all together. So I think I have replied, yes, acceptance, and then the program and the timeline.
Yeah, I think it should be clear. Also, we have a question regarding the certificate. Will the students receive a certificate after completing the program? And is it possible to participate in the program twice?
Oh, the students will receive after successfully completing the program, students will receive the certificate from Education USA and Cross-Regional Education USA team. And about attending the program twice, the students who are not applying the year they have gone through the GSAP program have the opportunity to join the next year, second term, one-on-one advising, not to go through the first term with the same sessions once again, but to join the next year, the second term, to have more opportunities of one-on-one advising. For example, we have students who were with us during the summer and fall period, but they were not able to finalize their application. And they are telling us that they will come back, and they will apply next fall. So we give them an opportunity to join the 2026 cohort, the second term, during the summer period, and to have more one-on-one advising sessions to refresh their minds, to have support from our advisors during their application process.
Great. I think that's a wonderful answer to the question. Dear students, please, if you have any questions, you can write them in the chat. And I think we have just a few minutes for some more questions. Also, we received some questions about the scholarship. Yeah. So, Ainash, maybe could you share the information about any scholarships or waivers regarding the GSAP program itself and like for students who are applying, yes, to study in the United States.
Is it the question about the scholarship in the graduate studies in the US? Yeah, not GSAP.
Yeah, I
Because
think maybe
GSAP,
students are wondering about the scholarship in GSAP that provide the program, but unfortunately, we do not provide any scholarship for your studying, and the participation in GSAP is completely
is
free
free
of
of charge.
charge. Yes,
Yeah.
but if you're looking for some options to finance your education, we will be able to help you with the research process. I think so. Yeah, and
Yeah, we
maybe
have.
with that.
Yeah, yeah. Now I understand. As Oksana said, totally agree. The GSAP is completely free of charge, so no scholarship needed for GSAP. The GSAP or Education USA is not providing any scholarship for graduate studies in the US. It's the answer. The second thing, definitely apply to GSAP because we have a special session which is called Financing Your Studies in the US. So this session is structured so you can find, after you will shortlist the programs you're applying, you can link and find the potential scholarships or financial aid opportunities that is eligible for you as international student. As for scholarship, maybe Yahor can tell us more about the financing opportunities or scholarship opportunities that as you have gone through this process.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So I would go with that the fact that there are a lot of different ways to fund your studies, like really a lot of ways from I don't know from loan to a scholarship which requires you to work in lab or something like that. There are two types also: merit-based scholarship, so based on your achievements, and need-based scholarship. Need-based scholarship is not covering the whole sum, the whole education price for the education. And yeah, GSAP is not giving you funding in any way. They just give you a tools to find the financing options in the university you have in a short list. Yeah, there are like a lot of different cases. For international students, we're kind of limited with our options. So there are um, some organizations which are actually helping you give you a good loans with a good interest rate. um, yeah, so and actually in a lot of universities there is a system where so when you apply already, it means that you're already in the competition for funding. So it was my case. So I was not well actually for specifically for UC San Diego, I was not applying for any separate scholarship. I just applied to university and I was automatically in the competition for the full funding. So I won this competition, let's say, and I've got my funding, but I haven't completed any additional applications for that. And actually, I guess I saw in the chat the question about the sport high school athlete scholarship. So actually, college sport in United States is very regulated. So you can only participate in a college team if you're under a certain age. I don't know exactly what's the age. And honestly, if we speak about master programs, it's not the case. They usually don't give scholarship for master students. Scholarship just works for the undergraduate students. Yeah, and sports is like really, really regulated in the United States. So they look very closely what is the number of athletes in the team, what is the age of all athletes, and all these kind of things. So yeah.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, I think we have just the last question regarding the application process for GSAP. So Ainash, maybe you'll join this discussion. So the students are asking about the option where they have to write about their experience or gap year period. So what would you recommend for them to focus on if they graduated already several years ago and they would like to apply for GCP program? So what experience should they mention in the application form? Should it be mentioned like a gap year or something else?
Thank you so much for your question. When we are telling experience, like work experience, maybe, we mean not only working full time or part time, also we mean field work or internships. If you done a field work or internship during this process, not only during the gap year, it's not about the gap year, also during your 4-year undergraduate education, maybe you have done a field work. I know, like, most post-Soviet education systems have a specially organized field work, especially in the final years. You can mention, because like it's definitely regarding your professional experience, and you have done your field work. If you did internship, it doesn't mean if it was paid or unpaid. Also mention the internship. If you done anything like volunteering or tutoring or did anything, but it will not be so much uh, close to your professional field which you have studied, also please mention it. Like when we say gap year, we have a lot of students who have finished their undergraduate degree like 5 years ago, and now they are quite very experienced professionals and working. And even if they are not working in the field that of their undergraduate degree, it's normal, it's quite okay, because like maybe you will be choosing to apply it to the master's degree to another area, like cross multidisciplinary or cross-disciplinary area, which not be the same as your undergraduate degree. So mention anything that you have done, like internships, full-time job, part-time jobs, field works, maybe some tutoring, volunteering, and so on. Like mention anything that is comes to your mind, where you will open up more to our like to our advisors and our admissions commission.
Great, thank you so much. So I think any experience is valuable, and of course, your motivation. Okay, so I think we are done. It was a great discussion. Thank you so much for all your questions. Thank you, Ainash, for providing detailed instruction on the JCP application form and the program itself. And thank you, Yehor, of course, for sharing your experience, your great journey. We are so proud of you, and we are happy that you are now in the United States and you are continuing your education, but already in a sunny San Diego. Thank you
Thank
so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
thank you.
joining. Bye.
See you during our next webinars.